Philadelphia Eagles were largely, I mean, they were kind of a disappointment at the end of last season, even though they looked like one of the best teams in the NFL at the start of it. And I don't think it's going to take much for him to get back. I know what a lot of people, like a lot of the fans, a lot of the haters are out there are coming out and saying that, the Eagles, blah, blah, blah. I don't care about the haters. I don't care what they have to say. I care about what they're going to do in the mock draft, or at least in the draft, because they typically tend to draft well, and they continue to impress me in that regard. And so today we are going to enter into our 2024 Philadelphia Eagles mock draft. This is our 1.0, and we're going to go from there. So a couple of different things that we're going to make sure to address is corner, because let's be real, it was definitely one of the biggest needs that you're going to come out and have. So that is just how it goes. Like there's a lot of things going on with Darius Slay and company. And so I think at the end of the day, you got to be able to address it. You got to be able to make things happen. So you'll see here it's a 7-round mock draft, high speed, low drag. Also care for positional value, and drafting for needs is a little bit high. A little bit of randomness because, hey, it is the draft. Weird things happen all the time. So we're going to go ahead and enter the draft here. The Eagles have picks at 22, 50, and 54. Really, out of the top 55 picks, you've got 3 of them. You got to love that. So we're going to go ahead and start the draft here. Really just see how it falls because, again, this is our 1.0, meaning no trades. So let's jump right into it. So right off the top of the bat, you get Kool-Aid that falls to you immediately. Yeah, that would be a lot of fun. Also, Brian Thomas Jr., what do we got at 50? I know that this isn't necessarily how it's going to fall, but, Roman Wilson could be there. Jalen Polk out of Washington could be there. Honestly, there's a lot of talented, get out of here, Jonathan Brooks, I'm sorry. But Kool-Aid's the number 1 shutdown corner, and honestly, Brian Thomas Jr. is an absolute stud. I don't think you could go wrong here. If I had to pick, I probably might honestly just trade up, but Kool-Aid McKinstry, he's honestly too good to pass up, so yeah, I'm going to do it. Kool-Aid back at 50 and then 54 as well, and then, hey, like we said, Roman Wilson is there. Makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I don't think we necessarily even balk at it. Had 12 touchdowns last year for the national champion Wolverines. Yeah, Roman Wilson, hello and welcome into the club. And then we're back at 54. Ooh, Edrin Cooper's there. Jonathan Hankins. Junior Colson. Nah, we're going to go Cooper. Your top 3 picks are Kool-Aid. Then you get... Oh, excuse me. Come on. You get Kool-Aid. Come on. I'm going to try that one last time. So you get Kool-Aid, shutdown corner, Roman Wilson, and you get Edrin Cooper. Yeah, this is ending up pretty good for you. So at this point, I do think that it wouldn't hurt to tend to double down on some things like guard and all that. Because, yes, I know you got some absolute studs at guard, but Mason McCormick sitting behind, for a year like Dickerson and all those guys, he's going to be an absolute stud. So the fact that he falls to you here and you've got all of your major needs really taken care of, I'm going to do it. Small school guy, maybe. Maybe that's a little bit of a mistake. Maybe you want to trade back a little bit, but I love it. So we're going to be back at 160 after things get, and this is round 5. Tyler Davis is there. No, you're stacked at D-line. You don't need any help at D-line. Drake Nugent. Sam Williams. Honestly, Sam Williams is a lot of fun. Yeah. Going to get some help for Sam Williams, even though I know you'll get some of the guys back from injury next year, but I don't really care because it never hurts to have more and more good defensive backs. Let's see here. Again, you're really getting into a spot here where you don't really need a ton of things, but maybe you go and get some players out there that can do some different things. Casey Washington is going to be a lot of fun though. Casey Washington, I don't want to necessarily double down. Not yet at least. Anthony Gould, no. Honestly, in this particular scenario, you could just go BPA, Drake Nugent behind Kelsey for a year if Kelsey indeed does come back. Yeah. Plus you're back at 171. Jeremiah Pritchett. We already got corner. We already got safety. AJ Barner. I'm going Washington. I'm sorry. I'm going to do it. 5th round wide receiver. You're doubling down on it. I love it. I'm sorry, but I absolutely love it. And then let's see here. Kalen Green. And your fault. If I could, I would probably trade this away. Voice crack. But Laube out of New Hampshire is a lot of fun. He caught 68 passes last year. He's going to be hard to pass up. A small school guy, do you do it? Yeah, I'm going to do it. because I know you don't necessarily need help at running back, but again, this is just more along the lines of building some depth, and I think, hey, it's not bad. You can definitely have some definitely worse picks here, but again, it was mainly because I would trade back up into the first round if I could, and get both those guys in at the start of it, McKinstry and Junior and all that. Let's see. Dominic Hampton, Tua's younger brother. Do we get Tua's younger brother just to see how things go? Maybe not. Ooh, Dallas Grant. Okay, I've got a draft crush on Dallas Grant. Yeah, I definitely think, or Dallas Grant, excuse me. I thought I read an R there. I must be dyslexic. But anyway, so when it's all said and done, and this is how it ends up, I mean, you get Kool-Aid, Roman Wilson, and Edgerrin Cooper, 3, if not starters, pretty close. So you love how it ends up there. Mason McCormick, I know offensive line isn't like a huge need, but if you get a guy like McCormick that comes up, a Midwest guy coming up from South Dakota State who won a national title this year and last year with the Jackrabbits, yeah, love it. James Williams getting you some help there along the safety side of things. And then Drake Nugent, again, I know he could at least sit behind Kelsey for a year and do some dangerous things. Casey Washington out of Illinois, I think with all the different tools he brings, he'll only just make this wide receiver room better. Dylan Laube and then Dillis Gant really rounding this whole thing out. And so, I really think this would be a solid draft class for the Eagles, and they always continue to impress and do the right things in the draft, and I think that they're going to do that for yet another year. And so, but that is it. That is our very first edition of our 2024 Philadelphia Eagles mock draft. It's our 1.0, meaning no trades, but if we had to redo it, we probably would have maybe got up Neighbors or Thomas Jr., whatever it is, to be able to kind of get Kool-Aid and Junior. That way it really would have made a really good draft. But hey, that's it. Let us know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below. All that wonderful stuff.